Hello everyone, this is Chris Burns from SlashGear. Today we are looking at a Galaxy S2 from AT&T, which is running Ice Cream Sandwich. Now this is a very early build taken from the source code that was released last week, or was it a week before? I'm not sure. But what you can see here is although a lot of things aren't working, I mean essentially everything isn't working, you can still see things that don't require internet, don't require you to use the camera, etc. Like this clock is working. You can go up here to see your notifications. As you can see, it's a little bit jumpy there. You still got your little buttons there. You see how the cyanogen, or not cyanogen, cyan color is intact. Once again, if you go into camera, you can see the camera back there, but it is broken. Camera error. Press OK. Go back. It is really slick. You can see we have our 5 screens. Once you go to the end there, you can see kind of a 3D motion going on there, like that. We have widgets here like calendar there and this from music, but we are not able to access data or anything in the storage, so we're not able to see things. Same thing is true of the gallery, so can't get into it. Now when you're seeing there, when we go in between those screens, is a animated live wallpaper, and you would normally be able to see this on the background here, but there's a strange thing going on where no matter what wallpaper you put up, you can't see it, it's just black. Here we have our new Google search. One of the other things that happens here is you get the keyboard, nice new keyboard, but you don't get the voice. You have no way to get the voice, but you can type, but you can't see where you're typing. And then you can go, and it would be typed in there, but not there. This is the browser. Let's go ahead and just this right here, the web browser. And you can see that it's not connected to data, but you can get to things like this. So you can see the different windows you have, back and forth. Just swiped it off there. Messaging, you can open, and you can just see that it is there. Just a nice new interface there. This is how it looks to attach some things. Go back in our settings here. We can do things like inserting smileys. You can see they have the fun little Android faces there, and it disappears every once in a while. So let's put a heart in there, and it's a heart. Now, if someone else is using Ice Cream Sandwich, they would be able to see that. Again, you can't connect, so you're not going to be able to send it anyway. But that's how that is. You see, we have our 4 capacitive buttons right down here. The back and the search do not work, but the menu does and the home does. Okay. Oops. Go home. There we go. Menu offers you an extra little thing that you wouldn't get on the Galaxy Nexus, because to get to these sort of things, otherwise you'd have to go to, since there is no menu button on the Galaxy Nexus, you'd have to go to these through a different way. If you hold down on the home screen, this is how you'd normally get to your wallpapers. To get to settings, you'd either go through the top here, you can see the settings button right there, you'd either go to settings like that, or you'd have to go into your apps and then get to settings from there. The third thing is manage apps, and that would be to move your apps around in the screen there. We'll go back to home. You can see we do have our 3 new buttons, one to go back, one for home, and then one to see recent apps. I tap that. This does work. This is fully functional. You can see everything that we've been doing here. You can also do 2 things. You can hold it down to remove it from the list, or go to app info. That goes into your settings to see it. We can force stop it from there. Works fine. We'll go down here. The other thing you can do is you can hold down on it, remove it from the list. Away it goes, and you can just swipe things from the list. Toss them over to the side. Same thing is true in notifications, but we can't get notifications, so that's how that is. Inside of our apps, you'll see a really basic list here. You got 2 kinds of music: movie studio, messaging, market. Just really the basics when it comes down to Google apps. The calendar app does work, but we can't really insert much. You can see that we can pinch to zoom, and it works really slick, really fast. This is because we have our newest thing for Android is, let's back out here, I'm just going to get right down to it before we start talking about it. System settings, go down to developer options, down to the bottom here, force GPU rendering. Now this will work for all apps that have been created for Ice Cream Sandwich, and what it does is it takes all the visual elements and runs them through your GPU rather than your CPU, leaving your CPU to be able to do things that aren't visually based, essentially making everything really, really, really fast. So that's pretty cool. What else is in our apps? Basic stuff. Your calculator has a nice new interface, for example. Everything essentially has a nice new interface. A cool thing here to note is once you get through your apps, you immediately move over to widgets. 1, 2, 3 widget screens. These are a couple of things you've seen on desktop before. They look really similar to what we have in Honeycomb for tablets. If you go to the Android market, it knocks you back out. In phone, you get to see the new interface there. Contacts, and you can works really nice. Exit out, you can search right there. Again, you can't see the text when you're searching like that, but you can go back home like that, and that's essentially it. One more thing I want to show you here is that for Wi-Fi, it doesn't work here, but I just want to show you if you can, to turn it on, you switch it off and on right there. Like this doesn't work, Bluetooth doesn't work either, so you can see it snapping back off, but you turn it on like that, and to get the settings for Wi-Fi to choose your network, you have to press and hold and let go, and then you're in where you should be to choose which network you're on. See, it says it's turning Wi-Fi on, but it never comes on. You can go to Advanced, and you can see all these new different Wi-Fi options that you wouldn't normally have in previous versions of Android. I think our display works. Auto rotate screen, yep. Normal. I think we can go to brightness. Let's check. Yeah, it allows you to move the brightness, but it doesn't change anything. So what we got going here besides that is lots of cool options. And the cool thing about settings now is it's separated into several different sets of settings. And again, down here, if you click the About Phone, you can see that we are running Android 4.0.1. And if you tap that enough, you get the special little guy there, Ice Cream Sandwich. And if you hold him down, it goes boop, and you got the neon cats, but Android ice cream sandwiches. Pretty cute. So again, this is an alpha build on the Galaxy S2 for AT&T. It's actually made for the original International Edition, but it works with the AT&T version here. And since it's alpha, essentially nothing works, but it's fun to check it out. There you go.